All right, this is the biggest food scandal in history.
This is probably one of the top 5 food scandals of the 21st century, and we can't underplay it. People
hmm
need to go to jail.
What'd they do?
People need to go to jail for this.
What'd they do?
Hold on.
Or didn't
Let's
do?
start at the beginning. Right here, tucked away in a nondescript office building, right across from a doctor's office, lies the heart of what could be one of the most significant conspiracies in American business history.
Really?
It's home to AgriStats, a data company that built a network used by the nation's largest meat companies. And inside that network, America's meat barons share secret data. It's alleged that AgriStats organizes and then launders that information across the industry.
Oh, shit. So all the meat companies give this one company all their stats, what they buy, how much is it, like, and even some of these stats from each respective company could be truthful or lying when they give out their stats, because come on. How accurate are every one of these stats going to be that they give this one company?
Companies weaponize it, restricting output, manipulating the market, ultimately raising your prices. All for profit. This video is about that scheme. How something as mundane as data reshaped the American food landscape,
Yeah, but it's what the data represents.
siphoning billions from consumers, and how the Biden administration and 4 attorneys general are finally fighting back.
We're at the
Uh-oh.
state capital of Minnesota, where Attorney General Keith Ellison has his offices. He's leading the lawsuit against AgriStats. Attorney General Ellison, thanks for joining us today.
Really good to be with you. Thank you.
What does this complaint allege?
It alleges that under the Sherman Act, you can't share critical information that would have a tendency to reduce competitiveness and competition.
Okay. Enables and encourages processors to use its asymmetrical information exchanges to weaken competition. I think we saw something like this in, what was it? The apartment thing for, I forgot what state. Was it Indiana? No, I think it was Phoenix, Arizona. Was that the one? Where if you were a landlord or something, like maybe you owned an apartment building, you gave all of your building statistics, all your room stats, like this is I don't know, like a 300 by 300, I'm just making up shit, a room for rent at this price at this floor. It's got this and that amenities, this furniture, this, all of, like, we do garbage, we got internet, washer, dryer, sink, stove, all that shit. You plug in all your stats for all your rooms, and essentially this AI algorithm, made it so that the competition was not there. But since the competition wasn't there, it valued everybody's rooms at just a higher than average price. So regular people just simply did not have the money to just buy, well, not buy, but like rent the places for, or whatever, for like a year or whatever they did. So I think, oh my God, if this company is making the same blunder that other company did, this is gonna be so funny, because all I'm gonna see is just history repeat itself in every little industry. First, it was like the landlord apartment industry trying to quote unquote monopolize, like they unofficially monopolized. And now it's going to be the meat industry, quote unquote, trying to unofficially monopolize. Oh man, this is going to be so good.
They're essentially sharing information in a way that violates Section 1 of the Sherman Act, which prohibits things like
Oh, look at this old ass piece of paper. This is 100% American. Congress of the United States of America. All these companies are essentially just taking this piece of paper, crumbling it up, and go, yeah, whatever. We're going to make some more money, guys. Whatever. We don't care about that old piece of paper.
Conspiracies, collaboration, collusion, things like that.
AgriStats is the heartbeat of the meat industry. It tracks everything: product prices, the cost to raise an animal, worker wages, and market projections. This info is then turned into reports bought by companies that effectively control all of the chicken, turkey, and pork markets. Tyson, Hormel, and Cargill. They use these insights to raise prices, and
I go to Walmart to get all my meat, which isn't the best, obviously, but I buy Tyson chickens all the time. Oh my God, this is me.
limit supply, driving up cost for everyone else. But profits for the industry, they go up.
You get information that'll allow you to figure out how to maximize your profit without having to take any chances.
Yeah, there's a fiduciary responsibility, one would say, to share information.
Last time I heard capitalism and free markets were all about risk-taking, right? This is a risk-free endeavor because you know what your competitors paying for labor, inputs, how many chicks they got, because you have the report right in front of you.
So those are the allegations, and admittedly, the whole thing is kind of boring. It's data. How bad can it be?
No, it's not boring. It's interesting because who knows if that data in the first place is even 100% accurate.
To find out, we talked to someone who would know. He's Earl Schweizer, a former vice president of Whole Foods who helped lead the firm's rise.
This is a de facto cartel. I mean, this is a racket.
Here's how it worked.
It's the meat gang. You heard about the drug gang, cocaine gang, marijuana gang, meth gang, Breaking Bad, blue meth, or whatever drug it was. This is the meat gang. We slanging meat.
So for each item in the grocery store, whether it be chicken thighs or chicken wings, AgriStats, they create a report.
The report outlines the price the company charged, the national average of what its competitors charged, and the top quartile.
Okay.
It goes deeper than that.
It tells meat processors where their price ranks nationally.
Oh, okay.
Then the gap between
What does that mean? 7 or 8? What does that rank? What does number 1 mean? What does number 10 mean? What is like number 1 the best or most expensive, or is number 1 like, yeah, you guys are the worst, and number 10 is like, yeah, you guys are the best? Like, what does that mean?
they're charging and the national average, and the gap between that and the top 25%.
Okay.
But I think most importantly, you can actually see the economic impact dollars.
Or how much money the company is leaving behind.
The way the data was set up was an incentive for them to raise prices. Like, you have to catch up to the market here. Why are you underselling? You're making us all look bad. Once all these
Oh my God.
suppliers knew what they were each selling and what they were selling for, it's really just a matter of determining what they wanted to be selling it for.
It's important to note that the reports that AgriStats produces,
And you guys all know how super in touch all of these tippity top people are with the regular American citizen in terms of how much money they're making, right? They're so in touch. They have their hand right on your heart. They're that in touch. They know exactly what you can and can't afford, right?
they aren't your typical grocery data. The industry calls that syndicated data.
So syndicated data is like a really good test preparation service. It helps you see what trends are. You're getting boiled down top line reports. AgriStats is just an open book test.
Oh,
It's like you're just essentially giving them the answers.
of course. Of course it's an open book test.
It's night and day. They stole money from the public and they took food off people's tables.
Just 20 miles from here, Cargill was leveraging AgriStats data. In 2013, they charged slightly less than the AgriStats average for turkey. When they found out, they started charging more. By 2016, they had surged above it.
Oh shit, 3.5 cents above national average. And it's so funny that this is like, it represents like a cent. You wouldn't think, like a normal person, when they think a cent or like a penny, it's like, it's a cent, it's a penny. I leave that shit on the ground. I don't even look at that shit on the ground. But these companies, whenever they choose to go up a penny or down a penny, that's millions for these companies. That's millions.
It's alleged that AgriStats didn't just provide the information, they actively helped their subscribers interpret it. According to discovered emails, in 2016, AgriStats consultants told Cargill that at Walmart, it was charging 20 cents more for ground turkey than its primary competitor, but could presumably charge more because it was 11 cents less than another.
On Walmart, 85%. You are about 20 cents higher than the other primary supplier, but with 11 cents under another supplier with less volume. 93% is well under the leading supplier by 27 cents. Oh, we're not even talking about a penny anymore. We're talking about quarters and dimes. Ground white turkey is also well under the suppliers, ranging from 7 cents to under 65 cents under. Oh my God. HEB, that's a Texas thing, I think. You are 24 cents higher than other supplier. Oh, what is the wording on this is so amorphous. It's, you are 24 cents higher than other supplier. It's just so enigmatic. Wakefern, I don't even know what the heck Wakefern is.
One big distributor, the same consultant told Cargill they were 45 cents cheaper than two rivals. Cargill even had a presentation showing the goal of the whole thing: boosting industry-wide prices. JBS did the same thing. AgriStats reports showed they were charging less than their competitors for pork. What do? They hike up prices on at least 10 products. Everyone followed suit. The outcome? Pork profit margins soared 50% across the industry.
Jesus.
There's more. Tyson, Sanderson Farms, Hormel. Think of a meat company. They're probably one of the 40 listed as a co-conspirator.
There's 40 companies on this AgriStats thing. Holy.
Coincidentally, AgriStats paused selling turkey and pork reports in late 2019. Why? Well, they were faced with private antitrust litigation.
This is among the most widespread scandals in not only food pricing, but food availability that I've actually ever heard of. The reason why I say this is these price increases force consumers to buy less food because they couldn't afford the same amount of calories that they had before these increases came through. This is a food access scandal, and this is a food apartheid scandal.
Okay, I need to do this once and for all, and just excuse me.
Apartheid.
Whatever. Policy or system of segregation or discrimination on grounds of race. Segregation on grounds other than race.
AgriStats claims it merely provides anonymized benchmarking data, and the company ignored our request for an interview. But the defense seems to fall apart. Not only evidence like that previous email, but meat companies have boasted that AgriStats reports can identify their competitors with 100% certainty. So what's next? Honestly, it's not clear. We're in uncharted waters. Regulators ignored antitrust laws for a generation, and technology, it advanced rapidly.
Yeah, it did.
You know, a lot of the practices now, either in packaged food CPG, probably wouldn't be legal if they actually enforced and updated antitrust laws.
And now we're left with the consequence.
It's not like there are no antitrust laws. It's just they're not being enforced. What can I say? When America doesn't want to enforce certain laws, I mean, might as well just throw your hands up. Like, what are we doing? Why am I living? What's the point of it all?
I think that this monopoly problem, this market concentration problem is driving inflation. The goal
This seems to me like the same exact problem that Phoenix, Arizona city had with the AI determining the value. But in this case, so like the Phoenix, Arizona thing, I think it was Phoenix, Arizona. I could be wrong. In that one, the AI was telling each individual like building owner what to charge, and they didn't tell you what other people are charging. I think this one literally just says you are at this rank and you are under some other supplier. They will not disclose the name of the supplier, but this is your rank. You are charging this cents, and it is so on the nose of they may as well just the next crazy step is to say, yes, Walmart is charging more than you, Walmart is charging less than you, HEB is ahead of you, like instead of just random supplier.
The lawsuit is to have fair competitive pricing. It's lower grocery prices. It's grocery prices that people can afford. That's the goal.
But again, it's tricky. Last year, a federal judge ruled in favor of meat companies and AgriStats in a civil antitrust case.
The judge sided with the companies and AgriStats. Like, it's okay. Oh, shit. I wonder what happened to the prices.
He wrote, just because AgriStats provided a convenient form to transmit the information did not mean that AgriStats itself joined the conspiracy.
They are the conspiracy, bro. What do you mean?
So what's different with this one?
Well, the facts are different. Here in Minnesota, the court has already found that there is a cognizable legal interest. There is a claim to be made.
It's hopeful, but it's also not guaranteed. Most of our antitrust laws were written before mass electricity, let alone streamlined information sharing. In fact, most laws were passed before the Monopoly Man even made his debut. So,
you should probably update that. America, you should probably update that piece of paper.
Existing antitrust laws enough to handle this? Or do we need additional regulations?
The answer is yes, they are enough to handle this. And the answer is we also need to do some updating. But the Sherman Act, passed in 1890, is enough to stop AgriStats from this illegal information sharing that it's still doing.
But it's kind of crazy to think that these guys, was it 1890? Like, was it like 140-ish years ago? They were able to predict technology. Like, maybe they didn't predict technology, but like the core concepts of these antitrust laws, they were able to have enough foresight to be able to put a stop to it here and now. Because if they didn't, who knows what the prices of meat would be, or what the competition within any industry would be doing. Bro, that's so crazy that old ass piece of paper is stopping like these big companies. It's not even a big company. It's look at the tiny little AgriStats building. It's a little building. But oh my god, that dry, crusty piece of paper is able to stop a gigantic AI. It's like, what's that one meme where it's like, who would win? A Browning, crusty piece of paper, or a super ultra advanced AI with beyond space level cognizance and whatever.
This case could be a start. After 40 years in the wilderness, the Biden and Harris administration and AGs like Ellison have reinvigorated antitrust enforcement. The attorneys general of DC and Arizona are fighting alleged collusion in the rental market. The DOJ has active suits against alleged monopolies Ticketmaster, Apple, Google. All this is happening just 6 years after federal enforcement was at a generational low.
I can't help but to think that it's happened in that this instance of people within an industry sharing information with each other is so common. It has to be like there are so many other people probably doing this same exact thing. Not just the meat industry, not just the apartment building industry. There are probably so many instances of groups of people within an industry utilizing an AI to share information. That has to be the case, dude. There's no shot that anybody smart is not doing this.
I want to get the trial on this fast because I believe we got a great case, and I believe that what we're fighting for is a fair economy so that all Americans can aspire to prosperity.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe to our channel. If you have ideas for stories
What is this little like 10 frames per second thing going on you guys got doing?
you want us to uncover next, please drop them in the comments below.
Bro, literally, wait a sec. Any industry that is deferring to an AI to figure out its value proposition and is obtaining information from many companies, that is literally this series. Okay, I think you guys did the last one with like the apartment complex, and now it's again with the meat industry. Just look for that pattern. You're gonna see it 100%. That is so funny. Oh my god. But damn, dude, that's crazy. If only, bro, how hilarious would it be if like the entire like vegan community did this to like hike the prices up of vegetables? Because you know, like the whole vibe of like the vegans is like, oh, we're for the world and no animal abuse and all that shit. Imagine all the vegetable industry doing this same thing. Honestly, they probably are. Oh man. So like you would think that because you're a vegan, you're like immune to this. Like, oh, the meat industry, just another, you know, they're wagging their finger. Oh man. Okay. That's enough laughing. But good video, dude. Keep it up. This shit is so funny. But yeah. I'll catch you guys on the next one, all right? Later.